Hey there, guys. Travis Cook here, learning how to think. It is the 15th of July 2020, and we have the UK government seemingly attempting to really go ahead with trying to make masks mandatory in shops. Supposedly, Scotland has already begun implementing the measures, and from what I can gather, Scottish people are not very happy about this. There's a lot of resistance, and police didn't issue any fines over the weekend for people not wearing masks in shops, because supposedly it would be down. I mean, I'm not sure how the police are going to go about this. You're going to need a police in every single shop in the UK, in every single corner. Um, it's just absolutely crazy. And it really does feel like we are being tested, guys. This is a test. The people that control the deep state, the medical corrupt system, the psychopathic eugenicists, philanthropists like Bill Gates and stuff like that, they are testing the population to see how far they can go. And now, with making or trying to make face masks compulsory, mandatory in shops, basically, you have to get food from shops. So what you need to survive, you get from the shops. Now, somebody's trying to make you do something, and if you don't do this thing, you will not be allowed access to the very basic means of survival, which you can't buy your food. Now, I look at this as an amazing opportunity for the United Kingdom to practice non-compliance. This is beautiful because it's such an easy issue to go against because it's so ridiculous. Like, these masks do not protect you from viruses. They do not even protect you from giving viruses to other people because the virus is smaller than the holes in the mask. So if you breathe through the mask, the virus is going to go through the mask. If you cough, and there's been studies, you cough through the mask into like a petri dish, the virus is still there. So it does absolutely nothing to prevent the virus from being transmitted. You know, those paper masks were not designed to be used in this environment. So you can say this to people when they tell you should wear a mask because it stops the virus. You can hit them with facts and science and knowledge and say, no, I don't agree with this. This does not fit my reality. This is not right. This is wrong. And I want to stand up for myself and take a stand and do what I believe is right. Know my human rights. Nobody can force us to wear a mask, guys. It's all a facade. It's all smoke and mirrors. And it's a little bit confusing, though, I'll be honest, because trying to make sense of this from the outside is just, it's near impossible. Because even, like I was saying in my previous video, how I consider Boris might be on the side of the good guys. Well, it's hard to, stick up for the man when policies like this come through. But when I look at it, I'm a little bit looking a little bit deeper, because also Trump this week has been seen wearing a mask. And is it any coincidence that since the start of this pandemic, I haven't seen Trump or Boris wearing a mask? Both of seem to be almost against masks, and then suddenly within the same week they're both wearing them. Now I don't know why this is. This is very when we take into the account that this could be a massive chess game that's being played between good and light. Maybe the good guys get some laws passed, the bad guys get some laws passed. Maybe that's how it goes. But it's infinitely complex and it's a little bit confusing, I have to admit. But what I am very happy to see is some of the comments on an article the BBC wrote about this. And I mean, I don't support the BBC. Unfortunately, I believe it's been really corrupt. It's been corrupted, and although there are some good stuff that comes out of BBC, the BBC, there's some of the music and stuff that it's not all bad. Basically, there's a lot of good people in there, but definitely has it been hijacked. And it's basically a government department, and even Bill Gates throws money into it. So I'm assuming the CCP has ties into the BBC as well. But the comment section sometimes can be very, very interesting. Sometimes it's quite depressing, and I wonder if some of it's just trolls, but then sometimes it's very inspiring just to see, because people that read the BBC, the pool of people you're sampling from that comment on the articles, it's a little bit more of the general population. It's a bit closer to what you're person who believes in the narrative is thinking, usually. So I like to check it out. And so some of the comments. So this was a good one. This was the third highest rated. So it's, I have to wear a mask if I go shopping, but not if I go to the pub. Sorry, but this doesn't make any sense to me. What is the point? And see, that's great, because what's happening here are people, it's becoming so easy to question the narrative, because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just madness. Why would you do this when, even if you believe the official figures, everything is going down, the virus basically doesn't exist anymore, and now they want to try and make masks compulsory. Why do you think that is, huh? Do you really think it is to stop the virus, or is it to keep the fear levels high? Keep the fear levels high. People are easily under control when they're scared, and you can easily roll out your agendas, and you know, the hyperdimensional side of things, again, that's the rabbit hole. So there are many reasons why the fear level is better maintained when it's high, but it's not better for humans, it's not better for people, and it's not better for your mind if you're constantly in fear. But it is a big part of it now. Like, it's your understanding of the narrative is where, you know, it will generate fear, it will generate other things, generate motivation or power. You know, I use my anger that I generate, that comes within me when I start reading that there's going to be people trying to tell me to do these things, otherwise I won't be able to buy food to survive. I channel that into to making this video, for example. So at least I have a screen to talk to, and then this transmits the message to all you beautiful people, and it really does help. So I would advise anybody who feels they have got a passionate voice about this, just get a webcam, get a microphone, or even use the equipment on your phone, the microphone on there, and just put it out there, because you never know. Even if you just reach one person and you change that person's perspective, we cannot underestimate how powerful that is, because it accumulates. The momentum builds, and you get you know, more and more people come together. So it's very important. Don't be feel disheartened or disempowered. Especially during these times, it's so easy to start getting your voice heard. Yeah, so let's have a look at some of these other comments. They were quite funny, actually. Yeah, so why can I go into a pub and buy a drink and stay for a few hours without a mask, but I need one to buy a pint of milk from the co-op, which takes a few minutes? Please, someone explain to me the scientific reasoning for that. So this is great, guys. We have people asking very, very good questions here. Yeah, I imagine there are a lot of people going, this just doesn't make any sense at all. So it's really good. I'm very inspired to see that. If you ever did need to practice your ability to hold a conflict and resolve it in a peaceful way, and you don't want to wear masks, this is perfect. This is perfect. And I believe the reason that it's not being done like straight away, and it's given, you know, 11, 10 days, is to let people's emotional reaction fade away from it a little bit. Because initially, yeah, a lot of people are going to be pissed off, but then life happens, you know, stuff happens to them, and maybe they have an argument with their partner, or they got a long day at work, or whatever. And after a week or so, the emotional reaction is going to be a lot less. But it doesn't mean it's going to be gone completely. And especially if people are waking up and they're like, hey, no, I'm not going to do this. Maybe it could even build. So, but that's just my guess, is why wait 11 days when they announced it. Because it just doesn't make any sense from multiple perspectives. It's like, okay, if you are going to believe the official narrative, it's like, this virus, yeah, don't worry about wearing a mask for the next 10 days, or for the past 4 months, in fact. But on July the 24th, now, it's very, very dangerous to not wear a mask in a shop at that point, for some reason, even though none of it makes sense. Even the very basic official narrative doesn't make any sense anymore, which is really good, because that will help wake people up. It's so mad, and it doesn't make any sense, that it's very, very hard to not wake people up. But I do think now, it's a couple of things. It could be that the control system right now is getting very desperate, so they're trying to do whatever they can to maintain this control. So it could be that. It could be that they're desperate, they're losing control, and they have to just try and do whatever they can to get people to comply, or there's something going on behind the scenes that we can't see. Because Ghislaine Maxwell was recently arrested. Q was also stopped posting, which supposedly happens whilst an operation is going on. I don't know, kind of new to Q. And then we have the masks coming out, both at the same time from the UK and USA, to maybe cause a lot of hysteria and distraction to take away from something else. Maybe that could be what's happening, because it is just so stupid and done at such an interesting time in unison that maybe maybe there's something going on to distract people, and we have to distract people from it, or maybe the narrative just has to be shown to lead the bad guys into a false sense of security, like they're winning, like, yeah, we got the mask, we must be winning. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It's very interesting, but I for sure will resist wearing a mask. Short of being I can't see many shop staff wanting to enforce this. Just like they didn't enforce the damn lines on the supermarket. Now they've gone. That was like the warm-up non-compliance test. If you can handle not being told to go if you don't enjoy, or you don't like, or you can't handle being told which way to go around the supermarket, and you enjoyed going against that, like I did. I had a lot of fun with that. Now, got to step it up a bit. We may have to confront people about why we don't want to wear a mask to buy food. And we're going to have facts and science and maybe some references, although you're going to be in the middle of a discussion, so it's hard to... But you know what I mean? To have confidence in your knowledge, know where this knowledge is, know what you know what's your truth. And then when people try and steer you away from that, well, then you're in a much better place to defend yourself. And who knows? I mean, just because the government said they're going to do this, just because they're telling you have to do this, does not mean you have to do it at all. And if enough people just totally don't do it, if the police don't enforce it, then what are they going to do? I mean, I'm not calling for anarchy and lawlessness and just going around going crazy, but there does get to a point where laws become just a little bit silly and a bit stupid, and it falls upon us, the people, to call it out and say, hey, no. Because the government works for us. I think that is forgotten a lot. That has just been forgotten, that they are our employees. The people of the UK employ the government. So it's up to us to sort of, of any employee. If you employ somebody and they're doing a terrible job, it's up to the boss to sort of sort them out or fire them. So we are the boss. And our employees have made a big mistake, and it's stupid. So let's sort that out. Let's say, no, we don't want to do that. That's a very bad idea. We don't want to do that. I look around, I'm walking in the shops. No one's wearing a mask. Nobody's been wearing a mask for the past 4 months. And guess what? The virus is still going down. And you're trying to tell us that now we need a mask? It doesn't make any sense, guys. So, I'm going to practice my non-compliance. I call upon you guys to practice my peaceful non-compliance. Practice your peaceful non-compliance. And, yeah, I'm quite confident this is actually will result in more people wake up, which is great. And let's just keep that momentum going, guys. Just keep on keeping on. And I'm really glad I got a haircut. I just thought I'd throw that in there. That was been 5 months. I'm so grateful I got a haircut. But yeah, keep going, guys. And I'll keep following this and produce more videos and updates as it goes. Yeah, I will be following this, and yeah, let's just not comply with all of this bullshit, huh? Until next time, guys. See you later.